Welcome to Packmates, a podcast about Magic the Gathering Limited, where we take a deep dive into the current limited format. The Packmates are a group of friendly neighborhood card sharks that love drafting, hanging out, and going to F&M. Don't forget to check out our socials and join the Discord. Links are in the descriptions.
Robi. What? The script's already messed up. I'm Robi, the resident journal expert.
I'm Andrew, the resident missing F&M expert.
I'm Ryan, the resident green expert.
Cap.
And this week
And
we are
the
the
Packmates. This week we're going to talk about the other Packmates are going to talk about their F&M decks, and then we're going to talk about some what went wrong, trying to get your game up a little bit there, and then how to use 17Lands to get those 7 wins.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wasn't at the F&M this week, so I'm going to look at these 2 decks in front of me and see which one did better. Now, having scanned them already, I could tell you, I think Ryan went 3-0.
6-0, yeah.
6-0?
Yeah, yes.
6?
No, like
6-0
3-0 matches.
Oh,
you don't count that one if you ever don't get that, right?
Right.
like
it's the second week in a row. It's special.
Are you completely undefeated in the set right now?
In F&M drafts, yes, sir.
That's pretty good.
Haven't lost a round.
You haven't dropped one game.
Haven't dropped one game, no.
One game.
One game, no.
Hasn't been in my pod yet.
You
I
run it.
was in his pod last week. Not good. Yeah, this looked like the sickest blue-green deck splashing just the bomb Koga-Yorado in this deck, Ryan. Oh my gosh. And it's just like the mana is so good too. You have 2 Sift Water Cliffs in here.
Yeah, 2 of the blue reds and 1 green blue.
Yeah.
Totally.
That just makes it so nice to get this splash in right away. And then you also have the Portent Tracker.
Yeah, those were hard to get.
Were they?
I had to take those in like the first 3 picks of a pack.
I remember last week you were really high on them and just saying that those guys might be the truth in these kind of green style decks to get that extra splash.
Yeah, I got both of them pick 3 of pack 2 and 3.
Really?
I had to pick them that high. I didn't see any other ones.
Dang. Well, here you are this week with 2 of them in the deck splashing 3 color.
Yep. That's how you do it.
It's you're like Nostradamus here. You're predicting that these guys are going to be the way, and they are.
They are the way.
This is so cool. So looking in here, I see some pretty good cards here, but I'm kind of wondering about a couple of them. I think Portent Tracker is probably your best common in this deck.
Best common in the deck.
That's cap.
I don't think so this week. I didn't have the Blighted Burgeonings.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty inconsequential.
Really?
Do you
I thought they would be necessary for the double pip red dude.
Yeah.
To get both the pips, but he already cost 6, and by the time I get to 6,
you already got it.
It's fine. Actually, no this week.
No this week. All right.
Not the best common.
What was your most impactful common in this deck?
Oh, the Surveil, the Surveil bounce was insane.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Ephra's Dispersal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That card was insane. It let me be greedy and late because it could just, time walk basically by bouncing their attacker and Surveil in 2. But the oh my god, I'm blanking. The draw incubate 3.
Oh yeah, the Eyes of Gataxis.
The draw incubate 3 is tilted in my mind because I played it twice the turn after I played Chrome Host Seed Shark.
Oh,
so it was really incubate 3 draw a card, which was pretty much the game. On turn
It's
4.
Glistening Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Build your own Glistening Dawn?
Glistening Dawn, off-brand.
We're high on Glistening Dawn here, if you guys don't know.
But other than that,
I
didn't have a ton of commons, really.
No, it looks like just an uncommon pile here with just some really solid rares going on throughout.
The Pest was super good. The fight was fine. But if I had to pick one card to keep it, I'd keep Eyes of Gataxis over Portent Tracker.
Wow.
And then a Pharaoh's Dispersal was just the best. I still think it's the best blue common. People say Preening Champion, but it's close.
Yeah. I like it better than Preening Champion.
Did you ever use it on the lowered cost? So when they're attacking, were you able to get somebody with that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's usually
I
how
was a
you
slow
use
deck,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would, attack a battle, buff their guy.
Yeah.
I think they're going to kill it. It's like, no.
It seems really strong when you're doing that. And then the surveil on top of that is just so good. You were talking about this, maybe we were talking about this off podcast at one point, but we're talking about how Surveil 2 and these scry cards are basically like draw a card.
Yeah. Surveil 2 is super strong in this format because flooding or getting screwed feels bad. And when you can Surveil 2 and bounce a dude for 1, it's pretty sick.
Oh, man. So I'm looking at all these beautiful uncommons in here, and I'm wondering about this Mutagen Connoisseur. He's the 05 flyer with vigilance and flying. And then the Mutagen Connoisseur gets +1/+0 for each transform permanent you control.
You think it was good or bad?
Mid.
I'm going to say mid in this deck because I don't know if you had enough transform guys.
Okay. The biggest he ever was like a 7/5.
That's pretty big.
Flyer vigilance.
Just off of incubate tokens.
Oh,
just
well,
incubates.
incubate.
You have
and
Chrome
I have some
Sea
other
Shark,
yeah.
that flip, like the weird and the herbology instructor, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly off incubate tokens. But yeah, he was probably like if I had to cut one more card, it probably would have been him.
Yeah.
He seemed a little sus.
He had a lot of cuts.
He my cut would go on the main board of a lot of people's green blue deck. I think like
Did you ever miss that stasis field?
no.
Yeah, that card's terrible actually.
There was I would have sided it in if I played like an aggro deck.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like mid though.
Yeah. But like when I have inevitability, like it would have been fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was Streetwise Negotiator. I saw 2 of those in there, and you just talk about not being an aggro deck, but that feels like an aggro card.
I mean, it's a 3/3 for 2. Like,
Yeah.
it just stops everything forever.
Yeah.
It
Or it
is
just beats
stupid.
down
And
for
like-
3 on turn 2.
Yeah, and then it like attacks battles pretty efficiently on turn 3, which is sick.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a house. It's really hard to get by. It just stalls them out for me. And if I get it late, then I can put my counter on my seed shark and do like 5 instead of 4 or instead of 2 to something. But yeah, they were good. I think they're like pretty premium green 2 drops, like 3/3 for 2. Or Worry Thespian was good. Chrome Host Seed Shark was just absurd. Like,
Yeah.
even when people killed it, like when they untapped, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I actually, the one card that I like learned was like amazing, and like obviously Chromo Seed Shark like tainted my view of it. Like, you know what I mean? But like Wicked Slumber was insane. That's 3 and a blue for Convoke. Tap 2 creatures, put 2 stun counters on it. When that comes with the Incubate 4 body, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, any incubate 4 card is just gross, right?
Or Corruption of Tawashi, the 4 and a blue.
That's
enchantment.
real stupid, right?
A 5/5 and a 4/4 incubate token that's going to eventually draw me 2 cards.
That seems really strong. You had 2 of those this week as well.
Yeah, I got them both out one game, and it like
It's
obscene.
it was just dumb. Yeah,
yes.
it wasn't fair. Like 2 of them out, and I got Seed Shark, and so I was like flipping something every turn because those can only trigger once a turn, by the way.
Yep,
Like,
but you can do it like
On
every
their
turn.
turn.
Yeah, you do it on their
Yeah.
turn. That's a trick, you know.
Inga Nazika was sick, like giving all my dudes vigilance and then tapping them all down to play more bodies was just stupid. And I don't know. The deck was like probably the best deck after drafting the format, honestly.
Seems good. Looked really strong when I looked at it, just right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was kind of jealous because this week, if I was there, I would have done blue. I would have done blue green like pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I opened Inga Nazika pack 1 pick 1, and then I was flip flopping a lot. I got past the Kugla and Yadero, and I was like, maybe I should be in green red, and I took some like blue red stuff.
Was that in pack 1?
Yeah,
It was in pack 1.
and there was a 6-man pod, so like signals didn't really come until the pick 6. So because of how this set is, with all the rares and comments.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, worked out. Seemed like I was in like the correct colors for my seat. Deck was really good. I don't know, 3L.
There you go.
Yep. Not in my pod.
Not in your pod. Not in your pod.
Not in my pod.
You can join the water whenever you want.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Robi, it looked like you had a spicer this week.
Yeah, I was feeling kind of crazy today.
Were you?
Yeah, I was feeling a little belligerent. I just like went to this draft knowing that I was gonna force 5 colors. like I had one of those days, I was just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
I ended up with a pretty obscene 5-color deck. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Well, I see right on top there. You've landed the Galton Maverick.
That card was obscene. So Ryan kind of was joking with me beforehand. He's like, bet you won't put one double pip card of every color in your deck. So that was kind of like my challenge going in.
Well,
and I somehow succeeded in actually doing
yeah,
that.
looking at
I
this.
just want to go 5 colors a day.
It was a 5-color day, 5-color hard color splashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hard 5 colors.
I have more fixing than you would think, though.
Yeah.
Like
There were some strong all-stars in here, too.
There's some fixing that doesn't actually look like fixing. Beat stick, beam sword, the beam sword.
Beat stick, you gaslit me so bad last week.
The beam sword.
The beam sword?
Beat stick.
The bean sword.
The bean sword?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm on first surveil here. How many dual lands do you have in this deck?
I have 7.
7 dual lands.
I'm pretty sure I took every single dual land at the entire
gosh. Yeah. Not a dual land. This is like, what is that? What was the snow lands in that one? Or was it Dominaria United where you just took all the dual lands and then you just figured out your deck?
There's like half as many, right? Like
There's less than half, right?
Less than half, yeah.
Yeah, maybe less than half.
So, I remember opening packs of Dominaria United that had like 3 dual lands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like half of a dual land in every pack in this set.
Yeah.
Man. I'm really liking these invasions of Mercadia in here too. Just for that card selectivity.
For pitching Galta, because I could literally never cast it.
Isn't it better than like half of your rares?
It's okay. It's mega absurdly cute with the invasion of Amonkhet, which is like the best card in any deck it's in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like genuinely.
You had it nicely tucked under that Galta.
Yeah, so unbelievably stupid.
Yeah.
It should be a mythic rare. I genuinely think it should be a mythic rare.
That's wild.
So what was the wildest thing you copied out of a graveyard with that?
Usually just like some random flyer they had. Like
I'm trying to
think. I'm trying to think what it was.
Never Galta, huh? Never
Galta. I thought about it one time because I had it. I like set it up for that. But yeah, never Galta, but the Spell Spear was pretty stupid to copy. Oh, Norn's Inquisitor.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
really dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get the token and everything, and then it just like enables a bunch of dumb Nord Inquisitor stuff, like making all your Kinra spell spears like super big. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds really dumb.
Another all-star rare was Knight Errant of Eos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card's busted.
It was so unbelievably stupid. Like, so it's 4 and a white for a 4/4 Knight, and basically it convokes, and you basically look at the top 6 cards of your library, and based on the number of creatures that you use to convoke it, you can get 2 creatures with mana value X or less, where X is the number of creatures you use to convoke. It's literally always 4.
Yeah, the goal's 4 for sure.
Yeah, always 4. And I even did it for 5 once.
Yeah.
And there's also like weird like interactions with like another card in my deck. The Invasion of Segovia.
Yep.
Whenever it flips and it untaps 4 things. So I was like convoking stuff and then untapping everything. It was really degenerate.
Oof,
at times.
nice.
That's dumb.
And
I had that card too, and I got to do it with Inga once, where like I tapped them all for mana. And then
that's so dumb. Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yeah, I did it with the one. What's the 6 mana bad removal spell? Shatter the score. Or
the red one.
Yeah,
that's playable. That one's fine.
That's playable.
It's totally
like
fine.
pretty good.
It's pretty playable.
Yeah, I was impressed with it in this deck because I just had like a bunch of random 1/1 Sapperlings from the black guy and random 1/1 Krakens from the battle. But yeah, it was pretty stupid. I also had Rona, which was obscene.
Rona's gross.
Rona's so unbelievably stupid.
Got a lot of abilities. What's going on there?
Okay, so if you flip her, you basically, the front side doesn't matter.
The front side is sick in the
It's
5
kind of
color
okay.
deck.
Yeah, because I have like infinity legendary creatures.
And you
so-
just draw and discard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but the backside is like Phyrexian Obliterator. But instead of like sacrificing a number of permanents, they exile a card from their hand at random. And if it's a land, you put it on the battlefield under your control. But if it's a spell, you cast it without paying its mana
For
cost.
free.
For free.
For free.
For free.
And doesn't have
And
trample?
it's a 5/5 trample. Yeah.
Wow.
You have to hit them though, right? You do have to hit them? Or there's something you
no,
have to
whenever
damage
a source deals damage to Rona, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random.
Did you
so
ever do
like
it to yourself and try to play your stuff for free?
no, I didn't even think about that.
That would've been
Like
hilarious.
I don't have like I don't really have a way to do it.
Yeah.
I guess I could have done it with the 4-mana battle.
Yeah, that hits
Yeah.
a battle and something
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah, which
that would have
is-
been hilarious.
Like if you have Invasion of Amonkhet in your deck, you should just probably just put that battle in there.
Oh, I mean it's red.
Yeah. Yeah, just make room.
How about you just put the like remove 5 counters, draw a card?
Yeah, or you could just play the red card.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on brand. It's more in my colors. But yeah, ended up going 2-1.
Nice.
Yep.
2-1.
Yep.
Any mind blowers from the deck? Like any cards that you thought were going to be sick that weren't, or cards that you didn't think were going to be sick that were?
I played that random 12/12 green blue guy. He was really bad. He was so bad. I ended up cutting him after the first game.
What's his name? The one that's
Oh, what is his name? I cannot read it. Eric's Methys Slumbering Isle.
Okay.
It's 4 mana for a 12/12. It
That
has
seems good.
way too much text. Basically, it comes into play with 5 slumber counters. Every time you cast a spell, you get a slumber counter off of it.
All right.
But it taps for blue and green, which I thought would be better, but it kind of was mid. So I instantaneously cut it.
Since you already had to have the blue and green to like play it, right?
Yeah. Like it doesn't, it's like,
Does it facilitate more 5
Yeah,
coloring?
Maybe with more beat sticks, it could have been better.
yeah, beat stick.
Yeah.
I did have a Captain Lannery Storm, which also helped me fix my mana super good too, Loki.
What's that one?
3 mana for a 2/2. Whenever it attacks, you get a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice the treasure token, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
Nice.
So it's an Ixalan rare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was better in Ixalan because the cards were all bad.
Was beat stick actually good in your deck?
Yeah. Genuinely. Like my last game I played, I won it off the back of Beat Stick, basically. Because my mana was really bad. And I ended up being able to cast Galta. I basically did a Hail Mary attack into him, knowing that I die unless I can connect with the Beat Stick to make a treasure token, which gives me my second treasure token, which gives me perfect mana to cast Galta.
Nice.
That's how I won the game, basically.
I am starting to block that with riskier blocks more often than not the beat stick.
Yeah, you
Wow.
can't
I'm like
let them get ahead of you.
I'm scared of the
Yeah.
treasure when they're only showing 2 colors of mana.
Yeah.
Like legit scared of the treasure. So like I had 2/1/3s today and the dude like I had complete board control. And the dude swung with like a 4/2 menace. It's like, yeah, just double blocking it. Like if you have a spell, like you just blow me out, but like I'm not giving you the treasure for free. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
You can't, genuinely.
Have the decks
Because then
just
you get
become
Galted.
Yeah, have
right,
the
like
decks
you
just
just get
become
blown
that
out of nowhere, like Sunfall or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeez. Have the decks become that mana hungry where you're just like, yeah, I really can't give them one more mana.
Yes.
well, I just think I'm more so scared when they only are showing 2 colors and I'm scared of the splash potentially.
Oh.
Cause like
Yeah.
the some of the attacks feel like desperation attacks. Like
Yeah.
they're making this attack
Yeah.
into like a board that they shouldn't be attacking into. They probably just they probably need the treasure. And if I cut them out of the treasure, then I'm probably gonna beat them, right?
Yeah.
Or they want me to think that and they have a buff and they're gonna blow me out.
yeah.
So like start considering that, I guess, with your beat sticks. If things are looking bleak, give your stuff +2/+2 and swing like after
Beat
the double
Stick's so good, though. I'm a huge fan of
block.
it. It's-
Yeah, I like it.
I
do
like it a lot too. Like it enables some really dumb stuff for sure. Like I had a game where I just strapped up my Captain Lannery Storm with a beat stick.
Oh, God.
I was like double treasuring every
Oh
turn.
my gosh.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was really dumb. I was like flipping Rona on like turn 4. like it was stupid.
That's insane.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm really liking this set a lot.
I love it.
So are people having fun, like just drafting some crazy stuff? It's just like, it feels like there's one of those, everybody gets those, so many rares in a pack where you're just like, this is just great.
Yeah. Everybody I played against was doing something wacky.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And if they're not doing something wacky, they're doing like white blue knights and they're just stomping you, right?
yeah.
White Balloon Heights seems like a pretty good default.
Blue black is just busted too.
Blue black is
Blue black
genuinely
seems-
broken. Yeah, like you need like way less good cards in blue black.
Well,
I
that's
think.
because all the cards are good.
All the cards are good, right? Like it's like less of a struggle to find playables in blue black, I think.
Yeah,
It's like probably pretty forcible. Low-key.
maybe.
Like
I feel
I
like
could have had an amazing blue black deck tonight if I wasn't being insane.
Like, I feel like you could probably get close to forcing it in Premier Draft with the expectation of like 4 to 5 wins. I think
Yeah,
that's like a
yeah.
fair expectation.
Yeah.
I don't think you can force it to trophy decks every week, like
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I think it seems like it's going to be pretty contested.
I think blue is just absurd right now.
I think that's the best color, right?
have
Like,
some data to back that up, and it's insane.
is it? Oh my gosh. I've kind of noticed that was kind of a running theme. You guys are talking about the blue black deck. Now you guys are talking about blue white knights. And it's like, okay, well, I guess. And then you just won with a blue green deck, which when's the last time blue green's been good?
Strixhaven.
Strixhaven. It was the best color in Strixhaven.
How
Best
many
color
sets
blue.
ago was that?
A while.
Yeah, that
I've
was,
played blue green in basically every set since then.
I try to play like
has
everything.
it been good?
Yeah, I was good in
For
Midnight Hunt.
Ooh, yeah, I did like Midnight Hunts.
It wasn't like super good, but it was
playable.
playable.
It was
Yeah,
playable. It was playable.
The flashback
Because
stuff
blue
was
was
pretty good.
busted.
And the green ant where you gain life, you
Yeah.
can flash it back.
Ooh.
It was
Yeah.
really fun at Midnight Hunt.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it.
This one's kind of cool, though. I'm kind of digging this. I'm really digging your deck, man. That was such a good deck, Ryan.
It is insane. Like
Yeah,
the
but-
dude I beat at the in the last round was just like, and this dude has been playing Magic for like a long time. He's like, wow. Like I just never felt like I could do anything. Like I would clear your board, and then the next turn you had 3 more dudes. And just another huge problem for me to deal with. It was like you literally didn't care how I blocked or what I did. It didn't matter. I've never seen a deck like this.
I forgot to mention this guy, but Ancient Imperasaur.
Oh, it's stupid.
It's real dumb. It's real dumb.
12 on turn 4. Like it's
Yeah.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Trample ward 2. Like stupid.
I've been seeing him pop up in a bunch of weird like meme decks online where they're just like, I'm gonna play a bunch of just like blow up my artifact, get 3 guys, convoke them out on like turn 3, turn 2.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Like this guy is so insanely good.
Just went like port and tracker into the battle that gave me 2 Krakens into him. Like
How do you feel about the Kraken battle? That card was so dumb.
like 2/1/1s for 3 is super playable. Period.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a bad sleep with the fishes, right?
Yeah, but it's still playable.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to be slow, you want to protect battles, you want to do like it does a lot of the
You're
stuff that
basically
you have to
always
do.
flipping it the turn you throw it down.
I played
I
for the
was.
bodies. I played for
Yeah.
the bodies a lot. Sometimes I
Oh.
didn't even care about flipping it, if I'm being real.
The bodies are super irrelevant. in my
They're
opinion.
mid, but like
They were like chump blockers in my deck.
yeah, but chump blockers that protect
Yeah.
like an evasion of Amonkhet are really good chump blockers.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true. That's true.
Chump blockers that like can convoke something for you and then protect the battle is stupid.
Yeah, you had ways to like use them for mana, right?
Yeah, I had Inga, which was dumb
Yeah.
with them. I had like a couple convoke spells, which was dumb with them. Also like Chromo Seed Shark into the 3-drop battle that incubates for 3 and makes 2 like Chromo Seed Shark was just so dumb. Like when I played on 3,
Yeah.
they didn't kill it. Like they lost the game on turn 4, basically.
How hard is it to kill like a 4 powered or 4 toughness creature in this set?
It's not too bad.
The 2/4, if you're on the play and you played on 3,
Yeah.
they untap. They have 3 mana.
Yeah.
Think about what really kills it. Stoke the Flames, Vanquish the Weak.
The 1 mana red spell.
Sure, yeah. The hate, the
uncommon.
hoser.
Oh, the hoser. Well, I mean,
Yeah. The blue that turns into a 0/2 and makes it lose all abilities.
okay.
So there's a
So there's
couple
a
ways
decent
to
ways
kill
to
it.
deal with
Stoke
it.
the Flames, maybe,
Yeah.
but not like a whole ton. And it's not that hard to hold it till 6 sometimes and just double spell right when you play it.
You
Right.
play the Gataxian, you play the Incubate 3, draw 1, or draw a card with an Incubate 3 card. You just
Yeah.
like build your own.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Glistening Dawn.
Listening to on.
If you get enough Chrome Seed Sharks, you think you should play Negate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you get 2 of them,
Probably,
do you
yeah.
play a Negate
Yeah,
I think you play a negate.
with 2 of them?
Yeah.
maybe.
No, just play the
Negate's
Hexproof
really-
guy. Just play the Hexproof. Well, Negate's better. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because it
Negate's better because
incubates.
you get 2, you get a
Yeah,
little Incubate
incubates,
2.
but the Hexproof guy's better just in general.
Oh, that guy's good.
Because it gives you the counter and it hexproof. Should we go into the 17 Lands trophy deck?
Yeah.
Or should we go into the Robi method next?
Maybe we. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't care.
Like, which is like needs to go in order, though, you think?
Like order-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of just go hand in hand. I
Okay.
don't think it really matters which one goes first.
Okay, bet. I'll just go first because
Okay.
mine's on the first. Yep.
I can make mine longer or shorter based off how long yours is. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I thought it would be fun to like. So we're always talking about like 17 lands data and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes like I feel like a lot of people just kind of get lost in the sauce with that, like don't actually know how to actually apply that. So I thought I'd like just kind of go over my method that I use on 17 lands to actually make actual real decks, especially in like the beginning of the format. So like usually what I end up doing is I'm excited about the new format and I just go in completely blind into a premier draft, and I usually get like anywhere between 0 and 2 wins.
Like completely blind.
Completely going blind.
After rating every card.
Yeah. It goes in one ear and out the other, and I go in completely blind. And I end up going like 0-3 2 times in a row. And then finally I'm like, oh my gosh, this costs like $10 a draft. I need to step it up. And so like usually I'll do this method where I go to 17 lands and I'll find the top 3 archetypes. Okay. Start out by finding the top 3 archetypes. And then basically I just look at them. I'll go into like card analytics. Then I will look at the card performance and I'll sort by the deck color of the top 3 archetypes. So like in this set, it was specifically blue-white, black-blue, and then there was another one, I think like red-blue. I don't remember. I ended up looking at 3 of them.
I don't remember. Maybe
it wasn't a blue one. I tried to not look at a blue one. I think it was green-red is what I was looking at. So basically, I'll just like go in and I'll sort by color, which you can do on 17 lands.
It's like one of the filters on the top.
Yeah,
right?
one of the filters. And I will go and I'll start with mythics. And at the beginning of the format, mythics usually don't have very good data on them.
Right.
But then I'll start with like rares. And then I'll look at the top, like probably like the top couple of them. Probably like top 10.
What's the purpose of that filter though? What does that do? What does that filter do?
It shows based on the deck. The win rates based on the deck.
So each card's win rate, but only in
that deck. Okay. Right?
So if you pick blue-black, these are how the cards perform in a blue-black deck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's why I sort by color, right? And that's why it's important to find like the top 3 archetypes and then just look in those. Because like some cards will have really high stats just generically, but be bad in certain decks. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Like if you're like in a blue-white Knights deck and you have like 18 creatures, Chrome Host Seed Shark is going to be bad, right?
It'll be mid, yeah.
It'll be super mid. It'll be like, Okay, Ryan will never say it's bad.
I'll play it. Like, I'll still play it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to play it.
Like, it's a lightning rod in your like Knights deck. It's a card that they have to kill and they can't kill your Lord, right? Like, but yeah, sure. It's not as good as it would be in the blue deck.
That's like a bad example, but like certain rares are going to be better in other decks. So like familiarizing yourself with that, the rares that go best in each color pair is like kind of important. And then basically I just start with the rares, then I go to uncommons, and then I go to commons. I basically just download it all to my brain.
And so is that to see the signals to see which of the 3 decks you should be drafting?
Yep. And like it's easier to do this if you pick 3, because if you just go in and try to force one archetype, it's hard. But if you also go in and try to like look at all 10 color pairs, like that's just too much. You'll never ever.
You won't retain it.
You won't retain it at all.
And like then, week by week, you maybe add another one.
Yeah. Like eventually, by the end of these formats, like I have them all downloaded, right?
Yeah.
Like all the win rates, I could tell you the win rates of cards, and just looking at the opening hand win rates. And I will say that this is a lot easier to do because you can do this like real time while you're drafting if you're doing quick draft. And that's like one thing I do basically at least once every format. It's just like
you are opening draft
hand
master.
Opening hand win rate draft.
If you have dual monitors, you can do it in Premier Draft too.
And here's another really important thing. So like there's box for opening hand win rate, I think that's the best stat in the beginning of a format. I think because the decks are less good. I
understand, me and Robi have had this talk like
we fight about this.
This is a recurring thing.
So opening hand win rate, like as long as you understand what the data means, all of it's useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of it's good. But like if you see like a 6-drop, like Galta and Maverin's opening hand win rate is probably not that good, right?
I don't know. In this set, there's some wild opening hand win rates. Like Artistic Refusal, the 6-mana counterspell.
Okay, but that really costs like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, like it's a 6-mana counterspell that costs like you have to tap your whole board down before, right?
Sure. Or preening champions, right? Like
that's true, but still, it's silly. Like there's some weird stuff in this format.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the best way going into a new format, though.
Like I think I think it's fine however you want to do it. Like if you like opening hand win rate, like I get it, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like, hear me out. Like this only works with opening hand win rate because opening hand win rate will give you a coherent deck if you just take opening hand win rate cards. If you start with like improvement when drawn cards, then it just won't work. I've tried it.
Try it with game played win rate and let me know how that goes. Games played win rate. I think that might be the end all be all for real. I like improvement when drawn because it's like how much the card improves the deck in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I was going to add on to your opening hand win rate thing is when you see a card that's expensive and it has a good opening hand win rate, that card's a bomb. That card's a certified bomb.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some pitfalls that make you say like, is this data real though? Like because like early in the set you have to be real careful, right?
Oh yeah.
So like, what makes you think I don't believe that?
I usually try it even if I don't believe it. Like usually I'm in a point where I'm so wrong about some of the cards that like I just need data to like make more informed decisions, right?
Sure.
So like I think it's like more important to just trust the data. But like obviously there's going to be like some things that just if it doesn't have very many actual games played with it, it's not going to have.
Yeah.
If you look at it and it has like a third of the games played as the other cards beside it, that data is somewhat
Skewed.
misleading, right?
Yeah.
It was like seeing mono black have a 71%. It was 80% percentage.
It's like this
like
card
that's not real.
This niche deck, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that really wants the card.
Now, how often do you go back? Do you just go every week and just kind of refresh your memory about what that is?
No, it's usually
because it's
just
evolving, right? Like the whole thing's evolving all the time.
Like when
it's
you're
evolving
playing with it, you catch that, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing it.
It's usually just to get me on the straight and narrow, kind of like getting a basic understanding. I think that's like the best way to utilize 17Lands because then like you can mix it with experience, but like sometimes you just need that like clear cut path to actually do it. If you know what I mean, like you need like a clear cut path of like which cards you need to be looking for to like properly draft the deck.
You just need to have, It's about getting that, now I get it moment, right?
Exactly.
Like, and then once you get it, you're good.
Yeah, because like for me, it was like realizing that you need Invasion of Amonkhet and Dimir. It's disgusting. It's so good. Like I thought it was good to begin with, but then like after, didn't I give it like an 8 or 9?
You gave it a very high grade.
I gave it absurdly high, and I was absolutely right.
Yeah. That card's an all-star.
Because I thought it was going to be like Disinformation Campaign, which was like a low-key bomb in that format, but it's so much better.
It's way better than
it's so much better.
Or for a clone.
Yeah, Halo Forger has been insane too, but
I think that guy's on the rise as well.
So just opening hand win rate, your decks, it'll help you a lot. And you basically just rinse and repeat that for each color pair you want to learn.
I'm going to throw in a little thing too. If you don't like to look at data like me and Robi and Andrew and stuff do, which not everyone does, right? Get a friend, craft a couple trophy decks and play them together.
Yeah.
That's like a shortcut way to do it.
Yeah.
And you'll kind of realize, and especially aim for those like higher end,
higher end like
mythic, platinum, diamond trophy decks. You know, craft if you have a bunch of wild cards, obviously craft 3 or 4 of them, play them, jam them into a friend, and
even proxy them up if you have the resources. To do it.
I think it's good just to get your hands on the cards, the higher win percentage cards, and know why. Like especially when you're playing with them, knowing why. Like this card is so impactful on the board, and you just start getting it. You're like, oh wow, okay, I can get why this 0-4 is not as good as this like 5-5 for 1.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely like every time I've struggled in a set
Mhm.
prior to like starting the podcast, that's what I did is I would craft the trophy decks and I'd play with a friend. And that would always like help my win rate a lot because
Mhm.
you just, you have that moment where you're like, oh, that's why this deck is good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like maybe you don't see it as obvious.
For me, it's just like I can look at the data and see that. Oh,
Right.
wow. Like
Yeah.
Artistic Refusal has like a 62% opening hand win rate. What in the world?
It's good.
The 6-mana counterspell? Like, what the hell is this? Like, yeah.
Things that say Convoke are good.
Yeah, that's what I learned too.
Grimnark
Right.
was good, right? Was Grimnark good?
Grimnark was
was
the anecdotal one that like last week of a format was like a top 5 combo because it was played 10% of the games that everyone else like
Works 10% of the time, all the time.
Yeah, Grimnark's sick.
But yeah, so the trophy deck thing kind of leads
Yeah.
us into our next segment. So I kind of like to analyze those. And what I did is I looked at like 30 or so trophy decks from Plat to Mythic. And I just analyzed a few things. This set was kind of hard. It was 31 of them. I analyzed the curve. So like, just put down how many 1-drops, 2-drops, 3-drops they had, how many creatures they had, and how much removal they had, and how many lands they were playing. And so these are all 7-win decks from Plat to Mythic. The creature thing was a little bit hard because Incubate, like, is that a creature? Is that not a creature? So I counted it as a half a creature.
That seems about right.
Unless it already came on a body, which I just counted that as one. Like, so like Norn's Inquisitor counts as 1 creature, not 1.5. But like Eyes of Gataxias counts as a half a creature because you draw a card and incubate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's like my caveat for the because like there's too many like edge cases. I also didn't count counter spells as removal, even though like they kind of are. Like I only counted removal as like hard removal that deals with something. But I also counted damage as remove, like 3 damage is obviously removal. So I didn't count counter spells, so that was the big one because I saw a lot of the blue counter creature of battle unless they pay 4.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
card's
count those. So my remove pile. So one thing that I learned out of these 30 some decks, 31 decks, 4 of them don't have blue.
Blue's good.
Oh my
Blue's good, right?
gosh. No way.
And I just picked the top, like I just picked the first 30 that were platter mythic. Like I
Oh
didn't
my
cherry pick or anything. Like it was
Goodness.
30. 11 of them are blue black. 33%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
So that tells you a lot. That should tell you a lot about how good blue really is, I think. Like that's just eye opening.
Wow.
As far as curve analysis goes, we'll just do median curve. You should have 2 1-drops, 7 2-drops, 6 3-drops, 3 4-drops, 2 5-drops, 2 6-drops.
Wow.
So 15 cards that cost 3 or less.
15.
15
Down
cards.
from the 18 we had to have, and
Yeah.
Phyrexia all will be 1.
Yeah.
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 Like,
So
Wow, that is a
Big
telltale like saying that this format is a lot slower than before. Just because you're going up
That
to
was that fast to begin with. like,
well, you had a
it
plan
was
for it.
fast,
This one you
right?
can be
Yeah.
way more greedy, right?
You can be way greedier for sure.
Also, that's median. With the average, the decks actually have more 3-drops than 2-drops on average, but not in median. So those numbers are a little bit misleading. So like basically 3-drops and 2-drops can be about equal, and you want about 15 to 14, 1 to 3 drops.
Wow.
But the 3-drop slot is a little bit misleading because as far as dispersal's a 3-drop, that's really a 1-drop. So
You can play it for 3 though.
You can
I've
play
played
it
it
for
for
3.
3.
You
Yeah,
can
it's
play it for 3, yeah.
you play for 3 to win the game, right? Or to
Yeah.
like get them to 2.
Yeah.
Or to flip your Invasion of Amonkhet.
Yeah, which is winning the game, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But yeah. So lots of that, and then 7 or so 4 and higher drops. Yep. And so you also need a 17 lands. Apparently, it's a 17 land format. I thought it was a 16 land format.
I've been on 15. Like low
You've
key.
been on 15?
Yeah, I've been playing 15.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe 5 of these decks didn't have 17 lands out
Wow.
of 30 some. And those are the aggro like night piles, which obviously. The other thing I did was creatures versus removal, and I always liked this stat. So the median number of creatures is 14 in a deck.
That seems about right to me.
The crazy thing is, how much removal do you think is the average in all these trophy decks? How many pieces of
7?
hard removal?
I'm going to say 7 pieces of hard removal as well.
6, that's like a lot. 6 is a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a
so
ton.
what I saw that they were playing to get this removal is the top end stuff that you're normally passing on. The -4/-4 surveil to enchantment.
hmm
The red Convoke, deal 6 to something. The Burying Books, which is good. Like the Burying Books should be played like a lot. But the O2, they lose all abilities. Normally those don't get played as much, but they're being played.
I don't know if that card's good.
They're being played.
They're
like
being played, though.
The 6 pieces of removal is the median, and then the average is 4.7. So the mean is 4.7, but the median 6.
Man.
So basically, then I was like, there's all these blue-black counts. So let's just look at blue-black.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically same base stats. You have 14 to 15 1 through 3 drops, which means you have the same amount of higher drops, like 7 or 8, right? 17 lands, 12 creatures on average.
12?
So that's
like
so if you're not in blue-black, that brings the statistic up to like 15 or 16, right?
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
And then 6 pieces of removal. So that also drug the average removal numbers up. Like it almost tainted the data, the amount of blue-black decks that I picked. So that's interesting. I'll post it on the video. Like I'll put a little clip of the thing, but I thought it was super crazy that like 5 decks weren't blue.
That is wild. Like we haven't seen a color like that dominant in the format in a while, I think.
Yeah, I mean this is like a small sample size, right? It's only 30 trophy decks. Like a random time of the day that like
it could. Do you think it could be a thing that blue is just better with better players?
I think people just aren't hip enough to it yet, so it's still underdrafted.
Yeah.
I think in a week or two
it'll be overdrafted.
It'll be overdrafted and it'll equalize out, right?
Yeah.
That's usually too with that. It depends on like if it's how deep is blue.
So deep.
See, then it could support deep. Like 4 people on a pod very easily.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, do you think 4 people in the pods that you've been playing are going blue? No. There's no way. Right? Like there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing as far as dispersals, 6th pick, 7th pick. It's the
blue always feels like that in draft because it's a color that some people just like refuse to play.
Yeah.
So like whenever blue's like the best color, it's almost always still a little bit underdrafted. It's been my experience with it because people hate playing blue. Like they're the people that just hate blue.
Especially in lower like MMRs, right? Like lower ranks and stuff.
Yeah.
But
nobody likes to counterspell.
Like simplest way to improve your win rate today is just start drafting blue. I just don't think that there's too many cards that are that bad that you can really like mess it up too bad. I mean, you can mess it up, but
once you mix black in there, I think you can mix it up a little bit. Mess it up because there's some black traps for sure.
The best blue-black piles are just removal spells and counters,
Halo Foragers,
and then all of your dudes do more than just be a dude.
Yeah. And like they don't look like they're good at all.
Captive Weirds, Halo Foragers, like
Nizumi Rats, like the rats.
Yeah. Any like every card that does more than just like be a dude is good in the blue-black deck.
Yeah. The black-green guy that makes a 1/1 separately is super good.
Oh, that guy's just busted. He's just really good.
He makes 2 of them, really.
Yeah.
He's just busted.
I forgot that he had a death proc trigger on that. I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, he does another one when he leaves?
What card isn't good, though, is the 3/2. You gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. I don't think that card's good.
That card's not good enough because it doesn't do 2 things, really. Like,
it does like half a thing.
But like one card that is really good that was playing a lot in this deck is the Eye of Cataxis. Let's draw a card, incubate 3.
Yep.
I saw a ton of those in these.
Yep.
Like a ton.
Jeez.
And several of these blue-black decks legitimately had 4 of the like mana leak counters.
Yeah, that card's good too. Yeah, because like you can incubate too. Like,
jeez.
Yeah,
like that's good too.
You can counter the backside of a battle that they were,
which is so
on
stupid.
Flipping.
That should never be a thing.
You can. You're obviously playing the unsummons. Like if you don't leave the mana up, you can just bounce it and counter it later.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. Yeah, that's basically what I have. Like I can nerd out about it more, but that's the broad strokes of it anyway.
I just happened to remember the dumbest thing that I did with my Invasion of Amonkhet. It was my opponent's Anafanza, the double white guy that bolsters every time.
Oh.
So I ended up stealing that and then attacking into 3 battles. And whenever my battles flipped, I bolstered every time because it's a new creature entering the battlefield because you physically cast the creature at the backside of battles. So it's like a new creature entering the battlefield. So it was bolstering my entire board, and it was just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I thought it was non-tokens.
It's not a token. It's a back set.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is the battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You imagine if it wasn't non-tokens?
Yeah, it'd be so stupid.
Oh my
or
gosh.
Val's enforcements,
man.
reinforcements or whatever. Yeah, it'd be so stupid.
With this set, have you been feeling like it's like 7 turns of setup and then you kill them in 2 turns?
Yeah, like I've OTK'd people more times in this
Oh my
format than I
gosh.
ever have.
Like like your life total is just completely irrelevant.
Yeah,
Like I'm
it's
just
like-
clapping you for 18 twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like
I play City on Fire and I swing at like 3/3s and that's like 27 damage. like, it's so funny.
Oh man.
yeah, I've noticed that like a lot of the games are just like I'm at 20, you're at 20. My board starts to pop. I'm doing just ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sacrificing any of my dudes for attacks because I know eventually I'm just gonna swing at you with everything and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I'm gonna cascade into like 3 6-drops.
Yeah.
That card.
That card's so
That card's
good.
pretty good.
Did you have that in your deck?
No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish.
That would have been insane.
That would have been ridiculous.
It was getting passed so late and just like
People
man.
don't know how good Cascade is.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just don't know. I had one of those decks with I think it was Karuga, the one where you have to have the companion where all your spells have to be over 3.
Uh-huh.
That was so dumb in that deck.
yeah, I'm sure.
like so stupid.
Like people would play a 5 mana 3/3 that says draw a card.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
won't play like
One that says
Cascade,
Cascade.
which is better.
Yeah.
like way better.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
draw and play the card.
Yeah. Play a 4-drop for free.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
Yeah.
1 drop, but still. It's 1
Yeah.
drop you don't have to draw and worry about.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
so good.
Oh man.
Cascade. Cascade used to be so good that like common Cascade cards were in like standard decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So good back in
Blood Braid Elves.
Blood Braid
Blood
Elves.
Braid Elf had to be
Lightning.
banned, right?
Yeah, and it's like
it was-
uncommon.
It was very good.
It just facilitates some really degenerate stuff,
Yeah.
especially with modern Age.
Too bad you can't cascade into the cascade on this set. Oh, that was the best.
You can.
You can actually.
There's another cascade guy?
So no, so what you can do is like, and I had this happen on accident because I played it on Arena.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if this
dang.
happened in real life, I
You would
wouldn't
not
know.
have caught
I wouldn't have known that it didn't work this way. So I played the 8 mana battle. It's the double X or it's the X battle that gets a creature from your
The green one.
the green one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's on the battlefield.
Yep.
Yep.
And I grabbed my Vorniclex, so X equals 8. So it's this Vorniclex costs 8, right?
6, whatever.
6.
Right.
6.
Like
So the converted mana cost of that spell was 8. So I had the 5-drop guy on the battlefield. So converted mana cost 8. I hit a 7-drop.
Mm-hmm.
It cascades again because you cast a 6 mana spell. And then I hit a 6-drop and it cascaded again.
Oh my
and it was
gosh.
so stupid. Genuinely. I had no
man.
idea it did that.
Oh
So-
man, that's so good.
And I just like happened to build my deck so unbelievably greedy. I think I had like 8 cards that cost 6 or more.
I mean Karuga,
yeah,
right? Like,
Karuga. It was a Karuga deck,
Oh
right?
man.
Karuga.
Like we weren't playing fair magic, right?
So that's without the card that your 6-drop cascaded into. That's 21
Yeah,
mana worth
so
of stuff.
stupid.
Well, plus the 6-drop that you got off the 8-drop.
My board went from 1 creature to like 5. like in 1 turn. It was so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
To me having every bomb in my deck on the battlefield. It was so dumb. I think I had the Realm Breaker in there too, which has terrible stats. But it's still my
the
favorite.
mill. Yeah.
It's still my favorite card of the entire set, Loki. But yeah.
I think we got one more segment, Andrew. What's up next?
Yeah, well, I've been having trouble, guys. This set's been getting me down a little bit.
We just to preface this, we screamed at each other about this for about an hour yesterday.
Yeah, we were. Yeah,
Things got heated.
I haven't got a trophy deck yet. I haven't
Oh,
got
no.
7 wins. I haven't got 3 wins. I'm not gonna say I've been sucking at this set, but it's not been good. I need some Packmate help here.
Number one, what you need to have is what we in the teaching business like to call a growth mindset. Your problem is you already hate the set
because he's been losing.
So you've been losing, and that's going to make you worse in the set, Andrew.
I got to double down.
You need to say, instead of thinking like this set sucks or I'm not good at this set, you need to think I'm not good at this set yet. Okay.
That growth mindset. That's so funny.
One day I'm going to be good at this set. I'm going to be so good at this set.
That's the attitude that we like to see in the teaching profession.
I'll get 5 wins on my 7 wins. I'm going to inch up there one by one. I'll start at 3, go to 4, 5, 6. Maybe by the end of the set, I'll have 7 wins.
Maybe
I'll be cool like everybody else. Maybe I'll be able to post in our trophy deck section. Follow us on Discord. Our Discord's packed.
Lurking with the thumbs up.
Yeah, so to preface this, Andrew showed us one of his decks. And we just basically screamed at each other for about an hour.
Hey, Packmates, what's going on? How come I can't win with this deck? This deck looks sick. And then they informed me that I had some very low win percentage cards in here. Maybe half my deck was sub 50% win percentage cards.
So my initial take. So Andrew posted this deck. We'll have it on the screen for you.
Mm-hmm.
But Andrew ended up posting this deck. And basically my initial take was like, you just got bad cards, bro. Like this is just, you just have terrible cards.
The most basic take that you could have on why is a deck bad, right?
I think it's just... So this is what was happening to me too. Like you can look at my opening decks and like get this exact take from it. Like that my card evaluation just wasn't correct for the format.
Yeah.
Which like you can evaluate cards in a vacuum, but you never truly know how good they are until you actually play with them, right?
Yeah, or see them.
Or see them or have them played against you too. Like sometimes I'll think a card's terrible until someone just kicks my behind with it.
Or like last week when we were talking about Invasion of Mercadia and you're like, oh wait, that's heroic reinforcement.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
You're like, wait, okay, now that makes sense. Like that card is busted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it just takes that click.
Yeah. And Andrew needs a lot of clicking with
this time. You know, I've been listening to this episode a little bit and I saw that I have the requisite 6 removal spells in this deck.
That's not the problem. So that's not the problem.
Okay.
Do all of your dudes do things besides be dudes? Let's check.
Yeah, let's
Ichor Drinker does, right?
Like, Ichor Drinker does.
It's 2 dudes.
Very good.
Yeah, it's 2 guys.
Aetherblade Agent?
Yep.
Kind of.
It's okay.
Kind of.
It's okay.
Kind of,
It's
yeah.
fine. Like the least egregious.
Cyber, sure. Cyber Cryptomancer is fine.
Yeah.
To have one.
Yeah.
Guy Clavearialist?
Yeah.
It gets me a land. You can flip it.
Yeah, it draws you a card, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It draws you a card. Furtive Analyst, not really.
Okay, now that guy might be.
No, yeah, that's
like he does do stuff,
actually
but you have
bad.
to pay more mana to do stuff, and
Yeah.
you're not really looking to invest after you've like that's not worth investing. Like you want to be flipping incubate tokens or countering spells or
You want to
I will
be
say when
flipping your invasion of Amonkhet's. Right?
Yeah.
I will say, when I had that guy out, I never got to do his ability because I was using my mana so much or trying to keep up a counterspell. I had 3 counterspells in his deck. And so it was like, how could I ever draw a card and discard a card?
yeah,
it was
mana's-
nuts. It
Mana's
was
tight.
Yeah, mana's
Yeah.
really tight in
Mana's
this set.
tight. And paying 2 to loot is not good enough.
No.
Xerox Strobe Knight, like kind of. I doubt you were
Not really.
making.
I
dudes
didn't
that
double
much.
spell, but it was
Yeah.
nice to have the vigilance guy. But
Yeah.
he didn't really do much in this deck.
So if you're not double spelling, then it's not.
No,
more
it
than
wasn't.
just a
It wasn't
dude,
worth it. No.
right?
No.
Oculus, well, in this deck, no.
Absolutely. In
Not-
any deck, basically.
Sure, but
It's
like
pretty
specifically in
bad.
blue black, like
Yeah.
you're never gonna get the card off of it.
Yeah, that's like a sub 50%.
Even
rare
with
card.
the flip guy, you know, you've got the incubate tokens.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got a couple. You don't have a ton.
I don't have a ton, but I mean, in blue black, like you have incubate guys.
You have some, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem too is like if it ever gets exiled, right?
Well, like a 3/2 flyer is so inconsequential in this format too. Like
Yeah.
it can just be completely ignored,
Wow.
and you could never have the card.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Put me on a 7-turn clock on turn 4? Like, okay. Go for it, dog.
I actually had somebody beat me down with the 2/4 fly with the Skyclave Airlist. And that was like their win con against me and actually beat me today. So I splatted out.
But like you felt like that shouldn't have happened, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. Like I drew like 9 lands in a row, right?
Exos Doombringer, I don't think what he does is worth more than a card unless maybe you have a couple Amonkhet's.
Yeah.
Right? Like or super good things. But like the drain is not worth a card, right?
No, the drain wasn't. I think I had it more in here to flip because I had 3 battles.
Yeah, you had a bunch of battles.
And I had the really good, pretty good mythic battle in here, the one that gives -13, -13. And then when you flip it, you get 2 zombies, and then you can pay 3 to exile a creature or exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, you get a zombie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that battle like almost flips itself though.
Yeah,
really, because like you play it on their end step, you kill their blocker, and then you just get to hit it for free.
Yeah,
right. Like
it's good.
You don't really have to work to flip. If you have to work to flip that battle, like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And then you have like title terrors, which are not even close to a dude that does something good.
I've kind of slowly changed my mind on it a little bit.
I saw Title Terror somewhere today.
It was in my deck. Yeah, I used it a lot actually.
Well, he's a 5-color deck.
Yeah, I'm a terrible 5-color deck, but I hard casted it a lot, and like I won a lot of games off it.
But like, don't you just lose to like Afar's Dispersal when you come in unblockable with that?
No,
like, isn't it like
so?
risky?
So I was a little biased too because I had the Invasion of Segovia, and like if you ever flip that, it's so inconsequential to tap 2 dudes because I'm untapping 4 creatures at the end of my turn.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So it's very good in that deck where you have that.
But yeah, I mean, I think like when you put Title Terrors in your deck, that you should consider them as 2-drops Island Cyclers.
Yep, and I think it's better if you have the Invasion of Amonkhet's. I think it has a real ability that's like kind of actually useful.
Yeah, but
like if you're just tapping 2 Printing Champion tokens to get in on another Invasion of Amonkhet with your first Invasion of Amonkhet that you copied the Island Cycler for.
I feel like you'd rather copy the Preening Champion, right? Like the flyer that makes a 1/1.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe not. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah.
Even like a Cryptomancer.
Cryptomancer is
like make it a 5/5.
No, because it doesn't have like real evasion.
But it keeps hexproof forever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I like the Menace backup. The black one would be sick with.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Menace 2 with backup. Yeah. Backup 2. I mean.
6/6 Menace.
Yeah. What else do we think's wrong with this deck, Robi?
I just thought like the creatures were all pretty mid.
Yeah. Even the Aetherblade agents are like
Aetherblade agents fine.
They're good, but in order to get the value out of them that you kind of need in this deck, you have to take a risk that could like almost lose you the game. Right?
I felt I was missing some just kind of game-ending bomb.
So that's the problem. Is like you don't need that.
Or it's Invasion of Amonkhet.
Or it's Invasion of Amonkhet, right? Yeah. Like Invasion of Amonkhet is your game-winning bomb.
Yeah.
But it looked like kind of boomer mentality-ish. Like you just kind of followed the removal, and you thought that you could get away with just playing like Title Terrors
mid creatures
as your win cons. But like it doesn't really work like that in this set.
Yeah. So try to like think of every card you need as like close to Organ Hoarder. That's how you win.
Yeah. Yeah.
In blue black. Like every card is just draws you a card or plays a 1/1 or you know what I mean? I feel like I'm
and they don't look good. Like Aetherblade Agent looks good, but isn't quite even as good as like the rat, right?
Yeah.
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 The rat's better in this deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's where like I think the 17 lands opening and win rate stats come in. Cause like it's hard to like it's not super intuitive.
I think even
is Death Touch good in this set?
Sure, yeah. I mean, Death Touch is fine.
It's fine.
I was just wondering because there's so many like incidental like creatures that have no abilities, like these incubate tokens, or you'll get like from Preening Champion, you'll get like a couple of ground guys or whatever. And so there's a lot of tokens. I feel like the boards get really flooded where it's like, okay, I can throw away this guy, or you get a bunch of like 0-1s or something like that are just gumming up the board doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they hold back like really good stuff,
like Galta.
Galta or the 80.
Galta, and you only take 11.
Well,
yeah.
You know.
Galta doesn't even need to attack. You just need somebody else to attack, and you get the ability too. I mean, it's so good.
I don't know if I've ever untapped with Galta. I think everyone just scoops right when I play it.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
I do know this. I've never swung with Galta.
Wow.
I've
swung
swung
with
like 5 or 6
Galta.
times.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like the game's over before I can swing with Galta.
Jeez.
Well, you just nuke them for 1,000.
Yeah. Like 2 4 hit, like swing with a 4-4, make another 4-4, and I have a 12-12 trample. It's like they just concede on the spot every time.
I got a Galta beat stick combo today.
Oh man.
Galta beam sword. It's disgusting.
But yeah,
We beamed him up.
Well, start looking for more organ hoarders or guys that kind of do some 2-for-1-y type things.
Isaac
There's-
Gataxius,
Yeah.
Corruption Tawashi. Those are good.
Yeah.
Corruption Tawashi is low key like really good.
Yeah, it has pretty bad stats, but
Does it?
Yep. It's not super
In which
good.
decks does it have a
Blue
bad
black.
stats?
This feels pretty decent. when
It's
you're just
like
drawing a bunch of
such
cards.
a
Is it win
engine.
more?
What?
Is it to win more?
I don't know. I don't believe the stats on it because like it's always just felt like a really strong engine in that deck.
In my deck today, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had 2 of them in that deck. I actually had another one that I didn't. This was like the one I sent you was the second iteration. I played it more than I played the last one. And I thought the last time I had made the deck, it was like, oh, okay, I've gotten a little bit better. And I had 2 of those. And so it was nice to just get 2 cards, 4 cards. I was like, oh, this is great. You just bury them in cards.
Yeah. I don't think you had like enough of the flippy things. Cause like it's so
Yeah.
much better with like incubation tokens than it is with transform creatures. Because you can do it at instant speed, right?
If you're not drawing 2 cards off of it, it's a bad card. Or 3, right?
2 is fine.
But-
You would play 5 mana.
But if you're not drawing 2 cards off of it, it's like you shouldn't be
you're
playing
kind of doing it wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
at least 2.
Was like, so you get a 4/4 that draws you a card for 7.
Yeah. Which is not good enough, right?
That's probably not good enough. I think we get those at like 5 in green or
Right.
6 or 6 probably is like a little bit more apt in other colors.
We've got them in 4 before they have to die, right?
Okay.
But, like,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but they've been printed at common for 4. That
Yeah,
when
they
die,
have been.
don't
Yeah,
come,
they have
right?
been.
Like for
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
So 7 to draw a card on a 4/4 body is not good enough. But if you're drawing 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards,
Yeah.
it's insane.
I think once you draw the second card, it's probably really good.
Second card is probably equal.
yeah, it's probably good enough.
Probably good enough.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
feel great. Like it doesn't feel amazing until you're
Yeah.
like just doing it.
I got to do my studying of some 7-win decks. Start getting some reps in there and get my card evaluations up.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
I
think opening hand win rate's like the
Yeah.
the cheater stat.
I just think it's good to have those evaluations that you guys are talking about. You know, you guys are really getting into narrowing down to what cards are good. How do you evaluate these cards? You're looking at
It's not even
trophy
so
decks. You're
much
looking at-
which cards are good. It's like where do they go? It's like a puzzle to me. Like where does this card belong?
Yeah.
You know, and some cards kind of belong nowhere, but like for the most part, like each card kind of belongs in an archetype where it can like really shine.
And they're not all super intuitive. Most of
Yeah.
the time they are, but not always.
Yeah, a good example of that was like new Phyrexian will be one, right? Like the poison cards were terrible cards, except inside like one deck.
Right. Or the artifact cards are terrible.
Yeah, or like Ivory Tower
That was just always
was a
terrible.
bomb. Yeah, but yeah,
Had some really fun success actually with Boros towards the end of All Will Be One, where I was just playing the toxic guys just to have or just to have guys, and the deck was doing pretty well the last couple weeks there.
yeah, I did that too. Like whenever
Yeah.
it was in quick draft,
Yeah,
I kind of like put it upon myself to try to get 7 wins with every combination of poison.
hmm
Like it's like impossible. I think I got it with blue green, which was pretty impressive. But I tried it with red blue, like red blue poison. It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm gonna try this week really hard to get that 7-win deck or that 3-win. Normally, I just do traditionals on Arena.
Yeah.
Quick draft king.
Quick draft.
For my
Premier
alpha of
drafter.
the week segment,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's really easy when you lose games, especially in this format, to say, I lost because I flooded. I lost because they had a bomb. I lost because of this or that. But really look at it and try to find out why you're actually losing, how you can deal and fix those situations to get better at this set. This set is easy to just have an excuse for why you lost, I feel like. Because like I felt that way earlier in the set. Like, oh, I just flooded. There's nothing I can do. Well, it turns out you can play like the red guy that loots and there's things you can do to mitigate that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, when you get down on a format, it's imperative to just make sure that like you take lessons from losses. Take lessons from losses. That's the big thing.
Yep.
I can't wait till you learn a lesson next week when you take your first loss.
I'll be in Minneapolis and I don't plan on losing there.
Oh gosh, that's right. Yeah. Little Packmates on the road.
I'll give you a week to catch up.
Oh man, I'll hold down the fort. Don't worry about it.
That's funny. Yep, but I think that's all we got this week.
All right, guys.
All right, bye.
Catch you boys on the figure flip.